Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Sane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a couple weeks, but here we are. It is time to get rip-roaring and going. My name is Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 166 of the Fringe Fanatics Sports Podcast. We are back together again. All things in the world are right. We thank you for joining us. If you have not yet, please make sure to go like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Hit that subscribe button for sure on the old YouTube. And just tell a friend, be a friend, by all means. It's the best thing you could do for us. Chad, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Glad to be back. Feel like it's been a while.
It has been. It's been 2 weeks. I think in the last couple of months, we've probably had our longest breaks in the 3 years we've been doing this.
It's kind of nice. There's other podcasts I listen to where they take a little bit of a hiatus around this time. And so once, football seasons start to cooking up again, so we'll be back at it every week. Well,
we're basically kind of there. I mean, the Underwear Olympics happens.
The free agencies,
franchise tags are happening.
And, the draft will be here next month.
The legal tampering period is upon us.
It's cooking. Things are cooking.
Things are definitely cooking, but we are back. It is good to be back. It feels great. I'm wearing my USA athletic shirt.
That's awesome.
It has Sammy Sosa on there for some reason, but
I know I was really trying to come up with this podcast title. This was probably 4 or 5 days ago. I think this was actually last week after they won it. And now that the WC's happening, I was just gonna put in there as an idea maybe USA versus the world or something. Because
that works.
We got that. I mean, with the Olympics that just happened, the women's and men's won gold.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later, but
it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, women in general, I think for the USA won the majority of the golds or the majority of the medals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Norway definitely owned it with them being the Viking kind of winter sports kings and queens that they are.
Of course, yeah.
But we did finish third, I believe, in total medal count.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty good.
You know what? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I literally only watched the hockey.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how there was drama between the curling and everything, and her and I were at State House one night, and it was going on, and we were just I'm sorry if there's curlers out there that are listeners. I'd be shocked. But it is just really hard to care about a lot of those sports that look like bar games, dude. That's shuffleboard.
I mean, curling is basically, you're right. It's shuffleboard on ice.
Yep.
Although, I mean, I've seen some insane shots in curling, but I'm not going to sit here. I don't feel like that's something that should be in the Olympics.
No. Well, and there's other things the bobsledding.
Call me an ass.
I knew the bobsledding was badass all the way back from Cool Runnings, back whenever we watched it when we were kids.
Feel the rhythm!
Yep.
Feel the rhyme! Get on up, it's bobsled time!
It's amazing. I want them to be back in
Speaking of which, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they made it too far, but at least...
No, I don't know what
I
they
don't
actually
even know how they have a bobsled there. But, dude, there was guys like Jason Kelsey and then Colin Jost that... They did it, and then their reactions just describing how terrifying it was. And then there's also GoPros now to where you see
you see it, and it's just
rattling, dude. It's not like a smooth roller coaster ride. It is jagged, rigid, and you're flying at 90 miles an hour. And then there's other sports with the downhill skiing and everything. I've got a lot of respect for it. But yeah, I just watched the Olympics, especially with the time difference. Or I just watched the
hockey. Yeah. I mean, I think we might have tuned into a little bit of the figure skating. That Ilya...
Yeah, it's a bummer. The quad god.
The quad god. Didn't make it as far as we would have hoped, but that guy is insanely impressive on the skates. Though.
Yeah, I always thought he looks exactly like John Heater from the Blades of Glory movie. It's
a little bit, yeah.
They do, yeah.
And then there was that American chick whose name I cannot remember, who had the crazy dyed hair that was blonde, brown, blonde, brown.
No, I didn't see her.
Hold on, let me look up her name. American figure skater woman.
Crazy hair.
That probably would come up a lot quicker. Oh, Elisa Liu or
Okay.
Alyssa Liu. She did end up winning gold, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the really other like aside from that, like what really there was some snowboarding stuff that was cool, but
Yeah, Chloe Kim got silver, unfortunately.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to be more into it. It's just tough. The Olympics as a whole, it's just hard to get into. I mean, I feel bad because at the end of the day, like we're talking about people who we probably should give way more of a shit about than like athletes that make millions and millions of dollars. But it is just so hard to get into.
Well, actually, to contrary of that, they don't get paid anything for this. The Olympics.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying we care more about athletes that make millions of dollars than these people who.
And that's the thing. It's like
kind of sucks.
Yeah, if they did get money for it, and or even I don't know, like they're just like training. There's a lot of stories out there. You could look up a lot of these Olympians. They have regular jobs. They just do this. Pretty much most of the time. Like
no, that's what's messed up. It's just like
I had when I worked for Metro Glass, we had a job that was real close to the Olympic Training Center down there in the Springs.
In the Springs,
it's pretty cool, man. It's like, damn, dude, this is where they're at. I feel like it's like
this is where they're training a bunch, and I'm making more money than them. But yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate because like you really want to try and care some, but they just. And it's hard because they usually put it at times where, and especially now, like back in the day, it was different where it would happen at night here, and you wouldn't know until it happened in the evening. Like you had to watch the replay to know.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's like, well, I just watched it live on Twitter, or I saw everything on Twitter.
That's kind of
so I don't really care.
That's like, a big reason why. That's very true. I just kind of catch it all on social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is the unfortunate thing is that like they've kind of backed themselves into this weird corner where we know what's happening prior to it or like prior to we're supposed to know what's happening. So it's like
the Summer Olympics will be in LA though. That's gonna be pretty wild.
Yeah, we're gonna have flag football for the first time. That's gonna be exciting.
Could be pretty nuts. Rajon Rondo's the number 1 ranked.
I did see that. Yeah,
pretty crazy.
What about what's his name? The Patrick Mahomes of flag football or whatever they called him.
No.
There was some guy who was mad that he is like the best.
He was like actually in it, like in the league, and he was pretty mad about it. I don't know his name. Well, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get her done.
NFL headlines.
Let's do it. Headlines. Get your headlines.
Are you ready for some football?
It's football, bro. Happens.
69. Offense. He's giving them the business.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike.
Even though he's only been gone away 2 weeks, and it seems like the NFL season just ended. We're back in the thick of it.
It's already starting back up. The offseason is a big deal. And over the last couple of days, I think it was 2 or 3 days, I think it might have been Monday, was the first day that franchise tagging could start. And Breece Hall got tagged by the Jets.
Yeah, and I don't know how happy he was about this because he was about to go make a bunch of money. But right now, I think the franchise tag for running backs is 14.97, which is a good chunk of
Pretty
money.
Good. Yep.
But that kind of effectively sets the bar for what is going to be the running back market. And clearly, in the last, 2 years, we've kind of had a resurgence of the running back, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about it for a while. These running backs have kind of been thrown to the wayside, especially when it comes to getting paid. They're lucky to make $8 million a year. Thankfully, Saquon kind of reset the bar last year.
Derrick Henry.
Yep. Yes. But now we have these new batch of running backs. And
Jahmyr Gibbs is about to get paid.
Breece Hall, it sounds like they are going to make a contract deal for him. Here, they're just tagging him so they can extend it.
Yep.
That's going to be one of the higher paid guys. But the big news in the tagging world, Kenneth Walker,
Yeah.
not tagged
This is what I was
the
going to say.
Seahawks.
This is why it's bogus, man. Like you see they don't really pay these running backs like a valuable position, and then you look at who the MVP for the Super Bowl was.
Yep.
Yeah, the defense really played a huge part in that, probably 80%. But on offense, you got to have a playmaker. Jackson Smith Njigba got hurt. He couldn't really do the play, like make anything happen, and it was really Kenneth Walker breaking tackles, getting out of blocks off screens, and
I mean, we can honestly say if it wasn't for Kenneth Walker, that Super Bowl might have been entirely different of an outcome because the offense outside of him with Jackson Smith and Njigba getting hurt there, I believe it was in the third quarter. It's been a little bit.
Yep.
He ended up getting hurt. He goes out. Cooper Kupp kind of comes back into the fold, but it was always Kenneth Walker the entire game, and I think that is what's going to be the biggest offseason acquisition next to what's going to happen to A.J. Brown. But in terms of running backs, Kenneth Walker, where is he going to go? A lot of people are talking about the Chiefs.
Oh, I doubt that. They're not going to pay that much.
I know, but I've heard the Chiefs.
If we get Jeremiah Love, dude, that'd be awesome.
You guys are lucky because you got that 9th pick.
Well, I think there's a good chance they might trade up because the Saints are real likely to take him as well.
Yeah,
They need someone to start backing up Alvin Kamara.
That is very true.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is that the Seahawks, they feel like they've got Zach Charbonnet, so they're fine. But it's like he just came off of a torn ACL that he got hurt like in week 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that's a long injury. He's not going to be ready.
That's the thing, and maybe they're hoping to draft somebody, but I don't know who at that position at the point where they're going to be drafting, which is 32.
Yeah.
I'm still interested to see what's going to happen with them, especially with this news coming out. I don't know how they're going to spin this one to the fan base when you don't really have like a superstar quarterback. You do have a superstar wide receiver, but you do need that superstar running back. It's kind of like the Seattle Seahawks of old. You had Russell Wilson, but you also had beast mode, and you had the defense. You also had Tyler Lockett, who at that point in time was at the height of his career. So you had those weapons where you could kind of sit back and not have the best quarterback. I think that is something that the Seahawks, again, are going to have to jump on, and I'm very interested to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and I think that defense is just going to get better, too. Yeah, but let's move on to the Texans. They trade for David Montgomery. There was an offensive lineman that the Texans traded, Juice Scruggs, pretty crazy name. And then there was also, I think, like a fifth and then like a third maybe involved with that. And I guess those picks got added because the Broncos were trying to get in on David Montgomery.
Yeah, now there's this whole thing that that was all a ploy by Sean Payton to drive the price up on him so that we could go after Kenneth Walker. Because the Broncos do now, with the Russell Wilson falling off and the salary cap going up, we do have a ton of salary cap space. We could easily pay Kenneth Walker $12 to $16 million and it not really affect us whatsoever.
That's the benefit of having a guy on a rookie contract. Like
that is very true. Yep. So I was surprised to see Montgomery go this early. I figured he would have, or at least they would have waited a little bit longer.
I think he made a public statement just a few days ago that he wanted out of Detroit. So
I know, but still, it's like, if you're Detroit, why not wait a little longer until people are a little bit more desperate? But
that's a big mistake by them.
That is. So that's on them. I was definitely surprised to see it happen, but it is what it is. We're at this point now where we're going to start seeing some big moves happening, and it's just a matter of time. So, but yes, let's move in. The other trade that happened again involving the Texans. The Browns trade for right guard Titus Howard, and they end up losing one of their starting right guards, one of their starting offensive linemen. The Browns acquire a starting offensive lineman, and that's something they desperately need as whatever quarterback they have.
From what I've heard,
needing some protection.
They were poised to lose every one of their starting linemen from last year.
Oh, really?
Free agency, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, why would you want to stay there? You don't know what the hell is happening.
Well, it seems like they're gonna give Watson the chance, but I think there's a good chance that in the following draft they're gonna be trying to get somebody because they're just gonna, check the tires on old Watson there and see if he's still got it.
what the hell is he doing?
But yeah, the NFL Combine wrapped up last weekend, and there's a few standouts and then a few lows from guys like Malachi Lemon that some people
What was he doing?
Yeah, thinking that maybe
I think he was
tanking.
on something.
I think it's the reason why these guys tank their draft position because they don't want to either go to certain teams or.
But still, like, dude, that's so much money that you were pissing away by
I
being
don't
a
get
weirdo.
it. I don't.
He was a
barely
weirdo.
was trying. I don't know. Maybe he got drunk. There was a lot of steakhouses. Everybody talks about the steakhouses.
That's the big
St.
thing,
Elmo's.
dude. That's St. Elmo's is where
Yeah.
a lot of you know,
The owners, GMs,
yes.
supporters, everybody goes. Yeah. Dude, I wanted to bring this up to you because I know this is a long shot, but I was listening to the Chiefs podcast, the Defending the King with Mitch Holtis, the voice of the Chiefs, and then it's one of their reporters, Matt something. He was talking about how when they were at the combine and they were like, if anybody's in media, it's not hard to get credentialed. If we want
So
to
we should
save
go to the
up money
combine?
and just fly to Indianapolis, they
just
said,
walk in.
dude, like he said, like anybody could pretty much get credentialed. He said like podcasters and stuff like that. I was like, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And not only that, like you get to go to the podiums and like ask coaches
questions. Yeah.
that'd be nuts, man.
That would be wild.
That'd be pretty
well.
cool.
Let's try it. I mean, I'm all for it, and it would be a fun vacation. So,
Yep.
when else do you have a reason to go to Indianapolis?
Exactly. Go to a Pacers game or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Maybe we can time it up with the Nuggets. You know, who
That
knows?
would be badass. That would be
but-
serendipitous.
Yeah, it would be very serendipitous. But yes, there was a lot of standouts. Kenyon Sadiq.
Dude, he flies, man.
I was hoping the Broncos would get a chance to draft him, but that ain't happening now. I don't think he'll get out of the top 5.
There was talk that the Chiefs might get him to get a replacement for Travis Kelce. I wouldn't be mad about it, but dude, Jeremiah Love jumped off the page. I mean, if you look at his numbers, better than Jahmyr Gibbs, better than Saquon Barkley, way better than McCaffrey. I mean, the guy can pass block. He was running routes like a wide receiver. I mean,
Yep.
It seems like
He is that joker that Sean Payton was really looking for last year.
Yeah.
He's that guy that you could pretty much line up anywhere aside from like tight end and do anything with him, and he will succeed. He was one of those guys who definitely rose his draft stock, and I would love to get him, but it upsets me that you guys are as high as you are. And
Yeah.
I'm mad about it.
This is first, man. I mean, this is the most important draft since when we got Mahomes at 10.
Yeah.
And, I'm pretty pumped about it because here's the thing. It's like, even if the Saints or somebody else takes Love, then there's Bailey from Texas Tech. And then there's Ruben Bain from Miami. Everybody's saying he's got short arms, but, like, you watch his film, he was a monster on Miami.
And the top offensive lineman in the draft said I literally could not block him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he is just a beast.
I mean, it's kind of Elvis Doomerville from the Broncos.
Wow.
Everybody said he was one of the smallest undersized.
there.
Not
Nice.
a bad one.
Yeah, I remember him.
One of the smallest undersized defensive ends of all time, and he was unstoppable. So
I mean, look, they told
This is
Joe
the one
Burrow
thing-
that he's got tiny hands, and he looked, the
Exactly.
dude's been lighting it up.
Kenny Pickett did have tiny hands, though.
And
Unfortunately,
kind of stopped. That's true.
but yeah,
But yeah, that's
that's the one thing about the Underwear Olympics, man. You got to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. But Kenyon Sadiq, this is the thing about it. You can immensely increase your draft stock. Kenyon Sadiq went from somebody who was at the end of the first round in the first projections to now a top 5, for sure top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Same with Jeremiah Love. Running backs are hard to go in the top 10. I mean, you got to be really good. He's probably worked himself into the top 10, especially if your Chiefs take him at 9. So it is an extremely entertaining draft this year. And then, as we move on out of the NFL, although...
Wait, hold on. Where is the draft this year? Is it Chicago? I know it's in a different city It's been in a different city every year. I'm kind of curious because is it Pittsburgh? I'm guessing Pittsburgh.
Where is the NFL draft this year? That should have just popped up with the answer, unfortunately. Where is the 2026?
Hey Siri, where is the NFL draft this year?
Pittsburgh. Yep, Pittsburgh.
It is in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Acrisure Stadium. So yeah, we are in Pittsburgh. So, where were you going to go with that? It seemed
I was
like,
just curious because it's
okay.
it's always interesting to see these different fan bases, see how they kind of do it.
Yeah.
Beal flew out there for the Detroit one. I'm pretty sure it was
Mm-hmm.
Detroit. And it's just how they set it up. It was in Kansas City 3 years ago, I think. So
Yeah.
should be exciting.
The Kansas City one was good. It was in Indianapolis forever, wasn't it?
Oh, New York.
Oh, that's right. It was in New York.
Radio.
That's right.
Radio City Hall or whatever.
Yeah. It's the draft. Or no, God damn it. It was the combine that's always in Indianapolis. Sorry.
That's right.
So, real quick before we move on to our daily dogs, one big thing did happen before I had a chance to change things. Kyler Murray wasn't informed
There's a couple things
that
too.
he will be cut
Yep.
come the new league year.
Kyler Murray, so it's looking like Tua will be released too, and then
I didn't
also
hear Tua, but that's not surprising.
yeah, no, well, the Tua's thing's just kind of a rumor right now, but it's pretty like a solid rumor. Then Daniel Jones got the franchise tag today.
Well, you
too.
got the transition tag,
Yes.
which is different. I actually forget what the actual stipulations of a transition tag are, but for some reason,
He'll be making $37 million.
yeah. Oh, if he does not sign a competing offer sheet for a better contract, he will earn a 1-year guaranteed salary of $37.833 million.
Yep.
So good for Daniel.
Pretty
Jones.
good. Not
Yeah.
quite as much as the 60 that he was making at New York.
No, but not too bad. But let's move on to our daily dogs. I'll go ahead and start since we were just talking about the combine.
yeah, please do.
Who let the
Daily.
dogs out?
That is right. It is time for the Daily Dogs. And I decided to choose Mr. Sonny Styles, who is an inside linebacker from Ohio State who broke about every damn record that could be broken for an inside linebacker and even for positions outside of him. His record-breaking vertical of 43.5 is the highest by a linebacker and also a half-inch higher than Vince Carter, the dunk king of the
cow.
NBA.
That's insane.
Let's move on to something else. He also jumped and... oh, wait. What is it? I know he ran one of the faster...
I know he did run a really fast 40.
Yeah, this did not have everything I wanted on it. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, the guy is an athletic freak. He's basically the same size as DK Metcalf, but a linebacker.
Yep.
And he is out of his mind in terms of what he can do. He is like a joker on the defensive side of the ball. He can absolutely do anything and everything you ask of him. And I don't know where he's going to go in terms of pick-wise, but he is definitely going to go close to the top 5. This man is 240 pounds, 6'4". He had a broad jump of 11'2", and then his 40-yard dash was a 4.46.
Jeez.
For a guy who's
Inside
that big.
linebacker.
Yeah, insane.
That's wild.
He's the only player to run a sub 4.5 40-yard dash with a vertical of 40-plus inches and a broad jump of 11-plus feet at 230 or more pounds. So just a few things. He's taller than Mike Evans, faster than George Pickens, quicker than Patrick Peterson, jumps higher than Devontae Adams, more explosive than Derwin James Jr., and heavier than Trent Cole. This guy is an athletic freak. Wherever he goes, you should technically just be drafting a gold jacket linebacker, barring any sort of freak injuries. So
I think that's why you see like these, offenses really kind of struggle these days because it's not so much like with the rules or anything like that. It's like these guys are getting faster. Like I saw this 140 where this D line was running, and how they showed like the ghost kind of transparent,
Yeah.
Mahomes, and then somebody else behind him. Like this D lineman was running a faster 40 than like a ton of like offensive players, and it's like that's why these offenses and these teams are starting to draft more mobile quarterbacks because these guys are just getting bigger, stronger, and faster.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to be able to get away from these guys, because when you got a D lineman who runs a 40 as quick as you do and also is way more explosive than a quarterback, you've definitely got a big problem.
I think he was Fed Gen V as a kid or something.
Who knows? Just a couple like defensive linemen and linebackers. The fastest 40 times Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, both from Ohio State, 4.46s.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty wild. Tight ends, let's see. Oh, whoops, I missed it. Lorenzo Styles, Ohio State, 4.27. This is defensive backs and tight ends. I'm not going to go into all that. Let's get into yours. That is why Sonny Styles is my daily dog.
Daily. Dogs out!
Yes,
Interested to see how he
indeed.
goes.
Yeah, I was going to look where he's projected. I'll look that up while you get into yours, which is an awesome one.
Yeah, man, I watched this guy come up in the day, and it's insane that he's still fighting. After a recent near-death battle with cancer, Andre Arlovsky refused to walk away. Months removed from the hardest fight of his life, Arlovsky stepped into the ring tonight. Well, this was back on February 8th. And then did the impossible and overcoming the odds once again to win the Bare Knuckle Championships heavyweight title.
Yeah, and if you remember Arlovsky from his UFC days, he was like one of the first guys I saw or remembered having a crazy mouth guard, and he had
Looked
the
like
fangs.
fangs.
Yeah,
Dude, I was.
yeah, it's like this guy's like a legit vampire. His name's Andre Arlovsky.
I know,
He's got
man.
fangs.
He was a legend
and he
in the
just
UFC.
beat the shit out of people.
Beat cancer, refused to walk away, coming back after cancer. It's a hell of a story. And to win the Bare Knuckle, which is a brutal fucking organization. Heavyweight title, man. Hats off to him. I'm really glad to see him still doing well and still alive. Big fan of Arlovsky. I remember I was watching when I first got into UFC, probably when I was like 17 or 18. He was in there, still battling, being a contender. So it's an amazing story.
Yeah, and hats off to him to continue doing it. I mean, we're talking about like Jaromir Jagr status, especially in the fight game, which I heard Jaromir Jagr might be retiring in the next year.
Oh, no.
I think it's like his
It'd be like
30.
48 now.
No, he's 53. And he's still
53,
playing technically professional hockey
Yeah.
in like the KHL or something like that. He's going to retire soon. But to be in the fight game that long is insane.
Especially the Bare Knuckle one.
Yeah.
Man. That's some gnarly shit. There.
Yeah, I watched another crazy because I mean my algorithm's full of just not good things, but a bare knuckle highlight popped up, and it was this guy getting his nose broken, and it literally like his nose disappeared, dude.
Oh, wow.
Like he got punched like straight on, and his nose was like flat. Like the only part that's sticking out was like the bottom part, and I was like, oh my god.
Should have sent it to me, man. There was
I'll try and find it.
There was a roll where like 3 days in a row I kept seeing the most brutal injuries on our Twitter, and I was like immediately just sending it to me. I was like,
Oh, that guy jumping out the ring. Yeah,
I was like, one of them was like 7 a.m. I was like, here you go, good morning.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oh,
You know,
no.
that's what I watch.
Exactly.
My algorithm's recently been filled with brutal bull riding injuries.
Oh, that's great, man.
Which
Did you see that
people
one?
pretty
There was a
much
good
die.
one where one guy got stuck on there. He got bucked off, but his like foot got stuck, and then the bull kept spinning around, and it knocked out like everybody that kept
he's just like
clearing.
like a human skip it.
That's what it was. That was the post. Yeah, it was
He's just like
knocking people down, man.
People are like, go run in.
Getting knocked out. Oh man, the bull riding. is
Yeah,
wild.
And I hate to say it, but sometimes you might deserve it. But any Hoosier, that
move
is
on.
gonna do it for the NFL. Let's get into the NBA.
Magic, right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for two. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
T, come on. I'm burning. Come on, you're burning.
All right. into the NBA again, and we'll start off with Trae Young on the bench in Street Co's getting talked last night.
Yeah, he is yet to, I guess, appear and start, or, his introduction for the Wizards has yet to happen, but his first ejection has. He was ejected by his new team before making his debut after he left the bench early in Monday night's 123-118 loss to the visiting Houston Rockets.
He should be making his debut Thursday night, I believe.
That's Thursday night against the Jazz. He was traded from Atlanta on January 7th. He was ejected after he walked on the court and complained to an official during a confrontation between Houston's Tari Eason and Washington's Jameer Watkins. Eason was also ejected. Young made light of the incident on X, saying not to expect too many more ejections during his Wizards career. Quote, don't expect me to get ejected too many more times, DC, laughing cry emoji, but I'm definitely bringing that energy and competitiveness when I'm back for my brothers. So, yeah, we'll see what he does. His time in Atlanta, while it started off with a bang, kind of fizzled out, and unfortunately that is why he has ended up on the Wizards, who are one of the bottom dwellers in the NBA, unfortunately. But
another team that's kind of being looked at tanking. They have a lot of leads, and then somehow, mysteriously, in the third quarter, they always seem to lose it.
Yes, indeed.
They're playing right now, and they're losing right now to the Magic. Well, they're 16-44.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Trae can come back and turn that thing around for him, although I don't think that he will.
With Anthony Davis on that team.
Will he be healthy? Moving into the second story, Giannis, as I like to call him, Giannis Antetokounmpo, rusty in his return, but happy to be back. He returned on Monday in the 108-81 loss to the Boston Celtics, so clearly his return did not help much, but like he said, he was rusty. Antetokounmpo racked up 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's just happy to be back on the court. Quote, it doesn't matter if I play 18 minutes, 20, 22, whatever. I'm just happy that I'm out there. Obviously did not play well tonight, but at the end of the day, I'm just happy that I'm out there being able to help my teammates in any way that I can and just do what I love, which is play basketball. This guy, what he just said there kind of reminds me of, you remember the movie Bedazzled?
Dude, that's so weird. We just watched that on a Saturday.
Did you really?
That is so weird.
That's fucking some synchronicity
That's
right there.
some crazy Matrix shit. Yeah,
but
he
that
wanted to watch it, so we threw that on.
that him in the when he wanted to be a basketball player.
I just want to go out there, give 110%.
I just want to go out there, be for my teammates, just everybody around, give 100%, and he's just raining sweat.
Dude, he
Dude,
finds out he has a micro penis. Oh, oh, dude, I don't think I'd ever watched that movie all the way through. So
dude,
we've been doing
seriously?
this thing. That's why we watched Encino Man, because like when either of us are like cooking breakfast, we want to throw on like an older movie or something that we haven't like seen, but like we can still kind of like
you don't have to pay attention to
fully.
Yeah.
And so we put on Encino Man, and then we watched Little Giants last weekend.
Classic.
Oh, it's probably one of the and she was cracking up, and I was like, "Thank you."
Little
Like,
Giants is good,
dude. It's probably one of the best football movies.
You
out
know
there.
what?
Not just like a kids movie.
I think Judd Apatow wrote that.
No way.
Yeah. I'm going to Google it. I
gonna
think
do
that
it.
was one of the
That's
first movies he
crazy.
wrote.
That totally makes sense, man.
Hold on.
The annexation of
The annexation of
Puerto
Puerto
Rico.
Rico. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so funny though. Because
that is about like Bedazzled. That is crazy.
who wrote Little Giants? Damn it. But yeah, it just him saying that, like just that, like, I was happy to be out there. I'm just glad to be back, whether it's 10, 20 minutes, 30, it just that was very bedazzled. So that was hilarious.
Just
I
trying
do
to
need
say
to
all
go
the right
write that.
things,
Yeah.
man. Yep. That's so true.
Oh man.
The writers were James Ferguson, Robert Shawcross, and Tommy Swerdlow.
Maybe I'm thinking of
Judd Apatow did do a lot of good stuff, though.
the Fat Camp one.
Oh, Heavyweights?
Heavyweights.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. Anyways, but yeah, let's get back to it as we got a little off track there.
So the Nuggets, they signed Tyus Jones.
Yeah, and I was interested to hear about this one because he's one of those guys. I think he was on the Mavericks and he was waiting for a buyout. He did have some a good stint with the Mavericks when he was there. It wasn't a large sample size, but I do think during that time he did have the best assist to turnover ratio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Scott Hastings and Marlo were talking about last night. That's why they think they're bringing him in, is because he doesn't turn the ball over. And we have been horrible about that.
Yeah, so Jones was originally acquired in the trade with Anthony Davis to the Wizards. He appeared in only 8 games with the Mavericks, averaging 16.6 minutes, 3.9 points, and 3.8 assists. By waiving Jones, the Mavericks paved the way to convert rookie Ryan Nembhard to a 2-way deal, standard contract. But I don't think this is a splash move that's going to win us a championship, so to speak.
Just for depth.
I think this is a move that gets you out of the play-in tournament, because the Broncos, the Nuggets are
they're slipping.
They're slipping and sliding, and the rest of the West is winning. And it's going to be tough.
Schedule. They have the toughest schedule remaining out of anybody. There's like 2 back-to-backs next week.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting thing. The thing that sucks is they beat Boston. They play their hearts out against OKC in OKC, which that game could have gone either way, really. Unfortunately, they kind of fell apart there at the end. And then Sunday sucked. Last night was just like, what the hell? It shouldn't have been like that. But I think this team is in a little bit of trouble. And you've got a team like, I know Utah's on the verge of getting fined. Luckily, they didn't get fined for tanking. But you also have a lot of young guys that are out there trying to make a name for themselves who might not be in the plans for Utah and might be trade bait later, who aren't going to tank just because the front office wants them to. And I think that's what the Nuggets ran into last night, was just a team that really wanted to go out there and play and beat up on a team that's clearly struggling. And they definitely pushed him to the limit there.
Keontae George, he's damn good.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that Utah is a bunch of slouches, but with Markkanen sitting on the bench, who else?
RJ Barrett, is that who that was on the bench?
Yeah, I think so. Also, they got in trouble for Yusuf Nurkic because he has sleep apnea and he can't play.
That's weird.
Yeah, he can't.
I don't know.
He doesn't sleep well. So, but yeah, let's move on to the fourth story here. As Steph, I just called him his brother. I'm sorry.
Right.
Steph Curry cannot stay healthy, unfortunately. He is going to probably miss at least 5 more games, and there is some issues afoot there in the Bay Area with the Warriors, as things seem to be kind of falling apart.
They might miss the
Draymond
playoffs.
Green is just
He's throwing a tantrum every night, man.
I'm still surprised. Honestly, when the trade deadline happened, I was very surprised that
believe it.
he did not get moved.
And I really thought they would have done everything to get Giannis over there, but I guess Milwaukee they wanted the whole world for him, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I saw this hilarious reel just today that was like Draymond just bitching, just like going off. And Steph's just sitting there like this. And the quote was, like whenever your girl is just like bitching about her friends, but it's probably her that's her fault.
Yeah.
Fucking
And that's usually the thing with Draymond. It's never Draymond's fault. And you can tell that in any situation, conversation, podcast you hear Draymond on, it is never Draymond's fault.
Well, it's kind of a trend with these clutch sports guys.
Clutch Sports. Well, let's get into the standings. I'll go ahead and take the East.
All right.
We'll start with the Detroit Pistons, who are continuing to have one of the craziest turnarounds ever. They are 45-14, 8-2 in their last 10. They are ahead of the Boston Celtics by 5 games. The Celtics are 41-20. Below them, the Knicks 39-22. After that, the Cleveland Cavaliers 38-24, the Raptors 35-25, and the 76ers 33-27, still hanging on to a spot outside of the play-in, and the Nuggets have to play them here coming up soon.
Yeah, that's true.
So
all right,
see what happens there.
Down in the Western Conference, of course, we got the Thunder at first place, 47-15. Then the Spurs 3 games back. Man, that is crazy. The Spurs have moved it because they've won. Yeah, like they won 11 straight, and then it was the Knicks that just snapped
the
them on
Spurs
Sunday.
are looking like they
Dominant.
might be the team to beat, like a dark horse there in the playoffs.
Yeah, they got a bunch of good young players, man. And then the 3rd seed, the Rockets at 38-22. Then the 4th seed, Timberwolves at 8.5 games back, and then you got the Nuggets 38-24, and then the Lakers right behind us at 36-24. So.
Here's the one thing I have to say, being a Nuggets fan, the fact that the Timberwolves and the Lakers are the ones bracketing us is something I'm not too worried about, and I'll tell you why. The Minnesota Timberwolves are having a big Anthony Davis problem. Between him bitching at coaches and everybody.
Anthony Edwards?
Oh, Anthony Edwards.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards. Yes, they have a big Anthony Edwards problem. The teammates are getting mad that he's not passing the ball.
Yeah.
He got into that issue or that back and forth with Finch about this is what I do.
Yeah.
I don't pass the ball. So there's some issues there. Rudy Gobert's coming out now saying, we need to have some sort of chemistry here. The ball needs to move and it's not. And then you have the Lakers, who I don't know what's going on, but they've got some issues.
Dude, their issues are hilarious. I love it. Doncic won't play defense. And then you see that clip the other day where Luka was coming to the bench, and then JJ tried to give him a high five, and he just discarded him.
Well, and then JJ went up to him and got in his face, and who was it? Jeremy Clarkson?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
yes. I know what you're talking
Vanderbilt stood up, and you could tell he's watching. He's like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I got to defuse
And then
the situation.
Redick walks off, and Vanderbilt stands up, and he's like, let's go, guys, let's go. And it's just to cut off Doncic because he's ready to go after Redick. You got LeBron. There was a clip I watched the other day of LeBron at the free throw line, and he's shooting, and Doncic just hits a half-court shot over LeBron while he's standing there, and LeBron kind of looks back at him and turns back, and then he slams the ball off the court and goes for a big windmill dunk, and it bounces it off the back of the rim. I was like, oh, dude, you look like such a dick.
My God. It's great, man. Here's one thing that's kind of I hate Perkins. We've dealt with him for so many years, but now that he's not with Clutch Sports, he is torching LeBron. Today on PTI, they were asked about he was asked about LeBron, and he goes, he's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on the court. God damn, he's just tearing him up every day, and I love it because he was on his dick for years, man.
We
and
know
it's
that.
just man, he deserves his criticism because a few days ago he was literally quoted saying, "Oh, I'm not a numbers guy," and then when he crossed 43,000 points, he posted that on Instagram.
Oh, well, I saw a clip of even going back to the Cleveland days of him at halftime at the end of the game checking the box score.
Yeah. He does it every
sitting
game.
there and opening it and looking at it. And
well, there was that one where Austin Reeves got the rebound and that prevented.
There's been 2 or 3 clips this year of him doing weird shit.
Yeah.
It's what are you're doing?
He's just out there to stat pad, dude. Nobody cares if you. Nobody's gonna care about your records, dude.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But yeah, I just hope they fall on their face. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I hope so too. But that's it for
a more entertaining sport.
Yeah, let's go into the NHL, which had a little bit of a resurgence, if you will, with the Olympics this last couple weeks. So let's get into it. The quarterfinals into the gold medal games were incredible. I watched the majority of the women's winning the gold. One of the most entertaining hockey games
It was unbelievable, man.
I've ever watched.
Hillary Knight, is that her name? I didn't want to forget it. Absolutely incredible. She passes and becomes the all-time leader in points and goals scored in men's and women's hockey in Olympic history.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
And she didn't leave it out of the question that she may return for the next Olympics. Yes. And I just saw this. This just popped up. I'm trying to see when it's from. This is from today, actually. Hockey News. This is the stories by Seattle's Hillary Knight has torn MCL, played with injury at Olympics.
God.
Dude, this chick is an absolute.
God. You couldn't even
beast.
notice, man.
No way. Yeah.
Well, and there's a few other things to mention about that women's team where they broke the record for the most shutout streak. Basically, they had the most games in a row with shutouts. It was like 5-5, 5-0, 5-0, and then I think one game they scored 6-0.
Yeah.
I mean, up until the gold medal game, they hadn't even given up a goal.
No, and that's the thing too. I mean, they were dominating people. They've beat, I think, Canada now 6 times in a row.
Yes, outside of the Olympics.
Yeah, well, and including the Olympics too.
Yeah, now with that, because this was just insane. I hadn't realized this, but like it's basically been Canada and the U.S. in the gold medal games in the Winter Olympics. Every Olympics since 1998, barring 1 year where the U.S. got knocked out in the semifinals. One.
You mean in women's?
In women's, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know other powerhouses in the women's hockey other than Canada.
Well, it's
and
just
the
crazy
US,
you don't see like Norway or Sweden kind of make it up there. But like that gold medal game, I was watching it at work, and it was pretty exciting. I just had it on my phone, and I was just like praying because it was 1-0 for the longest time up till about 2-3 minutes left in the third period. And sure enough, I think it was Hillary Knight that hit it in to tie it, and then I think it was a different girl that won it in overtime.
Yes,
correct.
I can't remember what her name is.
I
know who shot the overtime goal.
But it was super exciting because just kind of like the men's, they were down and then they just came through and they used that momentum.
Megan Keller,
yeah,
that's right. She scored the overtime goal.
How do you feel about the overtime rules? You don't like it?
Hate it.
Is it just because there's not a lot of?
No, and I think, and this is why I'll say this, and
Hold on. In the Olympics, the overtime rules are a little different, where it's 3-on-3, and then obviously the goalie too.
Yeah, and that's what happens in NHL and professional hockey. Is usually you go to overtime, it's 3-on-3 for a period, and then it goes to a shootout. The thing I don't like, and I think this is why Nathan MacKinnon said what he said, which I know he caught a lot of flack for after the gold medal loss.
Well, especially after missing that goal, too.
He did miss that wide open goal, and I think he's still reeling from that. I think he's almost over it, but that sucked. But I mean, he said clearly you could tell who was the better team on the ice that day. We're moving to the men's now, by the way. And if you looked at it, dude, there was 40 minutes in that game where I don't think the puck was in Canada's. Yeah, I mean, it was only on the USA's side of the ice.
I mean, you look at the shots. I can't remember the shots lopsided, but I mean, they had almost like 20 more shots on the goal.
But you know what? Canada was the better team that day
because they won.
But no. USA won.
Or, I mean, yes. Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. Canada was the better team, but the better goalie was Connor Hellebuck. And that dude was unstoppable. Dude, that stick save.
I'll never forget
I hate to say it, that stick save is one of the greatest saves. And it's probably entirely coincidental. I don't know. I mean, the chances of him making that save 10 times in a row.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, no way. But, I mean, incredible. The guy was unstoppable throughout the Olympics, and frankly, Canada had every chance to win that game. They didn't. I do agree with what Nathan MacKinnon said. They were the better team, but they got goalie, dude, hands down.
Well, I mean, I disagree because it's. I don't think it's an honorable statement to make because if you're saying like I'm the better, you look at who the better team is.
It wasn't honorable, but
wins and one team loses.
Yeah.
They didn't win. Obviously, they had, it's like a team going out there and, in football, that's a good example because you could go out there and run back and forth, score, and then it ends up tied. Maybe, in the last like 2 minutes, the other team comes back, ties it, and then wins. You can't say that's the better team because you got to finish.
Okay, no, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying at the end of the day, you won.
Well, and the other two,
I mean, saying for like the duration
Yeah.
of the game, like you could say that about the NFL, but say, the Broncos Patriots game's kind of hard, but say it was flipped. The Broncos had or the Patriots had all the offense. I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's kind of confusing. Say a team had like 300 yards of offense, but 9 points. Like they ran the ball up and down the field. They only had 9 points. The other team had 150 yards and had 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's
like
the better
who
team.
Well, yeah, but I mean stats wise, which
but that's
I
nobody
get
cares
it.
about. And here's
I
the great
get
point
it.
where I agree that like the U.S. was the better team, and it's because of how it was constructed. If you look, there was a lot of old vets on Canada's team, and then what the U.S. did was
losing Crosby hurt them a lot.
that definitely
lost
did.
their
I thought they
leader.
might win to try to win it for him. To be honest, and Calabrini was a young one that played really well, but like PK Subban broke it down really well on PTI, where he said like the way the U.S. constructed their team is probably going to make Canada reflect how they kind of do that, because they had more depth where these guys could skate longer, because you could clearly see that Canada was gassed by the end of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean they had the puck the majority of the time, but yeah, I get what you're saying, dude. Like at the end of the day, like obviously USA has the gold; they are the better team,
Right.
But when you look at the game as a whole, you do kind of look at like, well, Canada should have won at least.
Yeah. No,
I guess
see
that's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I get why Nathan McKinnon said what he said. It is kind of like sour grapes, but also, dude, I hate to say it, if I just lost that game and I had to stand there, and that's the one thing I love about hockey, even in the Stanley Cup, dude, the other team stands there, they'll watch you dogpile, and they stand there and they wait till you're done, and then you shake hands.
That's awesome, and I love that.
But
The stuffed
dude,
animal. That was so stupid.
how are you
Really?
not going to be so mad? Like, you literally saw Nathan McKinnon. And I know they made a big deal about Nathan McKinnon, but the Canadian women's team did the same shit, too. A lot of them had that, like, what the fuck is
Why
this?
are you giving me this stupid polar bear?
And Nathan McKinnon, he just looked at it and he's like, the fuck?
You can read his lips. I can't even read lips. And you can clearly say, he looks over, he goes, what the fuck is this? I was
So
dying.
that's why he was extra bitter.
I don't blame,
they
I
gave
don't
him a
blame him one
stuffy.
bit. I
Yeah.
thought the gold they do give those stuffed animals to the gold.
Yeah, I know.
But,
But
it's
still,
just
when you
stupid.
lose, you're like,
why that? You most times like it's flowers
we're
or
adults.
something like.
well,
why
they
are
quit
you
doing
give-
the flowers for some reason a couple winters ago, or a couple
I don't,
Olympics
I don't
ago.
know, but dude,
Like,
a
I was-
stuffed fucking animal.
Even then,
man.
like flowers, you're like, yay, a bouquet for like a bunch of hockey dudes.
cool. I'll give this to
Like,
my wife or something.
Yeah.
But Jesus, a stuffed
just don't give him
animal?
anything.
Like,
It's bad enough you're getting silver.
do they
Like,
just
that's
blow
it.
their load on like the ceremony or something? Like, oh my god, like this is all we got to give out.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a joke, man. I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot about that. Like, it was so great.
I think that
McKinnon's
might have been
face.
why he was so mad, though. You know what I
It's
mean?
just- it's dumb. And you know he's mad at himself because he did have a wide open look and it just went wide net and it was crazy.
Oh, I mean, you look at the shot and knowing Nathan McKinnon, it is like the opposite of that save. Like 10 times out of 10, he makes that shot.
All the
But
time.
that one time, he did not. And that's what he's got to live with that.
And hats off to Pat McAfee for picking up those guys' tab. Where it's
I did like that.
$150,000,
Yeah, that was
man.
cool.
That's great American.
Well,
pride
they
right
had to get sent down to Miami, so they got like
They went down to that club 8. I
can't remember what it's called, but yeah, they ended up getting kind of stuck in Miami. They couldn't fly
I
home.
told her it was 150,000, and she's like, "Why would it be that much?" I was like, "Each bottle's probably like
Well, dude,
$4,000."
you hear about those rookie team dinners.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
say
they're
a lot
just
of those are
well,
like
you do-
that's just a prank, but still
Sometimes.
don't rank them up. Don't rack it up.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a lot worse when, like, back in the Stan
day.
Bradford days when they were making, more than all the vets.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you talk about like a shot of like $14.92. That's like fucking $500 a shot.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
So, but let's get into the rest of it here.
You want to just touch? Maybe you don't need to hit the soundbite, but we'll just mention that. The WBC, the World Baseball Classic.
Well, real quick, I did
What
just
were you-
want to
were you
say.
gonna hit?
Sorry, this got shrunk a little bit. The standings up there. We're not going to hit the standings, but I did just want to say the NHL trade deadline is this Friday, March 6th at 3 p.m. Be on the lookout. There could be some veterans on the move. I think the Avalanche might get a guy they've had before, either Ryan O'Reilly or Nazem Kadri, as they need some depth here moving into the playoffs. But keep your eye out for that. We'll be talking
watch
about
out for the Wild, man.
the Wild or
They're hot right
anybody who the Wild might end up 2 or 3, and they're going to annihilate whoever they play.
Yep.
The Wild are insane.
Unfortunately, they beat the Avs 5-2 on Sunday.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But that's going to do it. I'm not going to play the soundbite, but let's get into the MLB as it is, it's happening. It's upon us. It is time for the MLB to happen. And to kick it off, we've got the World Baseball Classic, which is kind of a little bit of continuation of the Olympics.
I think so,
America versus the world.
I really think that should be the title of the episode. Because, we just watched it with the Winter Olympics, and now this is where baseball is America's sport. It is America's pastime. You explained to me the whole term of pastime.
Yeah.
And now Japan with guys like Yamamoto, Ohtani. That's who I'm looking. I am more fascinated.
Mexico, Venezuela,
the Dominican Republic. Yep. I am more fascinated with the WBC than I have been maybe ever. So I'm definitely going to watch this. You got guys, because you look at, for one, I got my boy Bobby Witt, who's playing starting at shortstop.
I mean, that's awesome. Look at
Aaron
Team
Judge.
USA.
It's an onslaught, dude. It's an onslaught.
It's going to be, I mean, you got the big dumper.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, big dumper. Okay. I mean, I don't even know who the pitching.
I'm not. Paul Skeens.
Yes,
he pitched it. They played the Giants today.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, what was the score in that?
I didn't see the final score, but I will say, dude, I saw this funny ass video on Twitter that was like, you watch this Aaron Judge speech to the Olympic or the players, and you'll want to take a brisk walk. And it is the corniest, non-motivational speech you would ever hear. Like,
I don't know if I've ever actually heard Aaron Judge talk a lot.
Me either.
So I feel like any motivational speech from him, just looking at him, would not be very motivational.
He doesn't really have that spunk to him, I don't think. But, he can hit homers. I hope he's always choked in the playoffs, so I hope he doesn't choke now.
Let's hope. I was trying to get the score of that game. Oh, blows out San Francisco in first exhibition matchup, 15-1.
Whoa, that's a good sign. That's cool. Yeah,
the next exhibition game is against my squad, the Colorado Rockies.
That is a perfect warm-up game, dude. That's like, hey,
that's hilarious. The Rockies have been doing some good in this spring training. They've been dominating some people. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to make sure to talk about him next week. Zach Veen. Have you heard of this guy?
No. Is it Zach Levine?
No, it's Zach Veen. So he was one of the Rockies' top draft prospects 2 or 3 years ago. Last year, he weighed 170. He's 6'3", 170. He quit drinking, got sober. He weighs 240 pounds.
Oh, my God. He put on 70 pounds of muscle?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's less than that. He put on like 40 pounds of muscle.
Okay.
And he looks, dude, like...
That's cool.
He's probably going to
Hopefully
get tested.
He can hit the ball.
He probably looks like Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa right now.
They need to let him
you
use
go
steroids.
from that to... That's what I've been saying for months. Just let him juice, dude.
Yep.
Speaking of juice, what's up? Juice. But yeah, they're going to play the Rockies. I think that's tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, but
yeah, that should be interesting.
Let's see what they do to them.
But the WBC will be starting up March 5th, and I believe it goes on till the 15th or 16th.
Yeah, so that should be fun. Tune in that. We'll be talking about that in the coming weeks. We haven't touched on it, but also March Madness is upon us. We'll be talking about that more next week.
And next
I haven't
week,
even touched it.
We will be talking about F1. The Australian Grand Prix is here.
Yeah, we'll talk. Or no, that's this weekend.
That's
isn't
what
it?
I'm saying. Yeah, we'll be talking about it next week.
Yeah, and then we didn't get into it as we are getting close to the time here, but tune in to Drive to Survive.
Have you started it?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. I was going to.
I did start watching Soul Power on Amazon Prime about the ABA. George Carl is an executive producer. It's
Oh,
all
that's
about
cool.
how the ABA kind of made the NBA what it is today.
Oh, I'll watch that. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty interesting.
Check it out.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
cool. Plus a lot of sweet 70s music.
That's cool.
Dr. J's like heavily in it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all those old ABA
That's kind
guys.
of how they made the merger. They're like,
yeah,
give us Dr.
yeah,
J.
yeah, pretty much. So
I did watch the Booyah Stuart Scott thing while we were on break.
Oh, I don't know if I have watched that.
It's heartbreaking, but
that's
it's
a
good,
bummer.
man. It's good. It's good. It's nice. It's nostalgic to see how ESPN was good back then. You know.
Oh, I mean, those were
we
the days.
we loved it, you know.
Those were the days.
Yeah, but we do get
uh,
F1 back this week. You got new regulations. You got a new team with Cadillac. So I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to go. I'm sure it'll be around 6 or 7 a.m. our time.
Yeah, and then real quick, I don't want to hit the stuff or anything, but do you want to talk about that UFC fight?
Yes, I do.
Because that's this weekend, no?
It is Saturday night.
Man, BMF.
I hit Mills Lane because I.
Because it's a long thing now, but I'll hit it. Give me one second.
Right. Yeah, you're good.
Let's get it on!
What happened between you and Artem Lobov, Khabib? Nothing. You know, in it together.
If one of us go to war, we all go to war!
Khabib, when he said that to Conor.
Which he's not at all as they did.
It's during the fight, so I don't know, maybe if he... Oh, yeah, I can This is a good one. But we kind of breezed through a couple of those other ones, but this one I had to spend some time on. I don't need to spend time on any of the other fighters or fights.
Yeah, it's all about the bad motherfucker championship.
Right. Max Holloway is my favorite fighter. I've said for a while I've got a few. Justin Gaethje's probably number 2, but Max Holloway is hands down my favorite because he is the most chill guy, humble dude, goes in there, is always exciting. That knockout of him and Justin Gaethje for that BMF at UFC 300, I think I've maybe seen that clip over 300 sometimes now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane how incredible. That's like a movie, man. He knocked him out with 1 second left. Gaethje face plants, points down.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is one of the best knockouts. I wanted to bring something up, though, because I watched this earlier, but keep talking for a second.
Oh, dude, there's so many highlights. I mean, when I was watching Countdown today, there's the Calvin Kattar fight where Max Holloway is kind of making his rise back after losing to Volkanovski and stuff, and he is just piecing up Calvin Kattar, and there's this amazing clip where he's just piecing him up, and then talking to DC and Joe, saying, I'm the best boxer in the world, I'm the best boxer, while he's dodging shots from Calvin like he's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's insane. And so this fight here is going to be super exciting because you got Charles Oliveira, who has the most performance bonuses than any other fighter in UFC history. This is the second time these guys fought. The first time was in 2015, but it kind of ended in a bunk way where it was I guess TKO technically. Holloway won, but it's because Oliveira hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, he like threw his shoulder out.
Yeah, so they had to stop that. But Oliveira, both of these guys are way different fighters than they were back then. I mean, Oliveira, we'll just get right to it. He is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's got so many submissions in the UFC. And then Holloway is maybe the best boxer in the UFC.
Yeah,
So-
he definitely is up there in terms of striking. And
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to show this clip, because I literally watched this earlier and I was like, oh shit, we're going to talk about this. So this is Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega. And mid-fight, he decides to teach him how to block his shot.
I love this guy. He's my favorite, dude. Max is blessed.
Dude, watch
But
this.
for
He's
every
like, okay,
one
put your fucking hand up.
that
Now, like,
Ortega
look, okay,
lands,
so
Max-
don't let me punch you. He's like, okay. So to take your hand, this is put it up, cover your face, you dumbass. Like, dude.
Oh, man. That is such a great example. And then
Oh,
later in the
dude.
fight, as the fight goes on, he basically makes Brian Ortega's face look like hamburger meat, man. He was
He beat the hell out
so
of him.
bloodied up in that one.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that we know for sure. Like you said, I don't even really care about the rest of the fights, but I will be tuned into this one because no matter what Max Holloway puts on a show,
Yep.
Dana White knows that, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to end up with a bonus at the end of this fight.
I sure hope so, man.
Somebody is.
That's the thing, because to break this down, if Oliveira's been on a come up too after losing to I can't remember who he was. It wasn't. I don't think it was Makhachev. But I think it might have been Makhachev. for the lightweight
I'm gonna
title.
pull it up here real quick.
Yeah, but he fought Gamrot back in his home country of Brazil and submitted him with a rear naked choke. And so he's been doing better. He's, got his family now. He's definitely very inspired and motivated. And that's just it, is if Oliveira can take down Holloway or get his back, Holloway will be in danger. But Max is notorious where he doesn't play that. We're going to stand up. We're going to give an entertaining fight. We're going to strike. And his takedown defense is really good. I mean, he's fought other guys that have good ground game. And, I mean, perfect example, Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And to that fight never really went to the ground. And I think he's so good with that straight jab. It's so fast because it'll hit you with that straight jab, and then there will be a combo to follow it. And if he tags Oliveira, it's just going to be a massacre.
Yeah, I mean, he is kind of one of those guys who hasn't really been, found out in terms of his striking. I mean, some people have beat him, obviously, but his striking is on that level. It was almost like, what's his name, Strickland, when he brought the Philly shell into the UFC, and everybody's like, how do you get around this? Like, obviously, there's a way to find everything's got its own, chinks in the armor, so to speak, and that's not racist. But, and that's one thing about Holloway is I just feel like he's just such a good striker that no matter what, even if you do figure him out, he's going to find a way to just, figure something else out to kind of overcome whatever you figured out. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I think both guys obviously have a chance. I was trying to see what the
Holloway is a minus 215 favorite, while Oliveira is a plus 175.
All right, so Holloway is very heavily favored in this one, but we shall see. That one is going to be for free. We don't have to pay for him anymore.
$14.99 a month. With
Yeah,
Paramount.
well, you're paying for it, but you're not paying
cheaper.
$70.
And it starts sooner. I love that these main cards are starting
It does
sooner.
suck, dude. It sucks, and it's like the main fight's like starting at at midnight.
Well,
like,
yeah,
what the
now
fuck,
that it
dude?
starts an hour earlier, it's great.
Yeah,
I'm like,
now,
I'm not
okay,
passing out.
yeah.
You know how many times I've and this was
Wake
just
up to
probably,
the end of the fight?
Wake up to the hand being raised. And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
I just fell asleep when I was walking on the walkouts, man. So now it's a little easier, but I'll be super excited to watch this, man. I just really hope Max wins, and all of that's the thing too is I don't dislike Oliveira. He's a guy that's got a really good story. He's got probably the biggest transformation in the UFC, where he came out hot and then had a bunch of inconsistent fights, lost a bunch, and then had his daughter, and then that just motivated him, and he just totally turned it around, won the title, went on an 11-fight win streak. It was like really up there as like one of the longest in history, and so both these guys, could win. Either one could win. I'd be stoked about it, but I definitely really want Max to win.
Yeah, it'd be better. And plus, after everything that happened in Hawaii, he could probably use some extra money to go.
And that's what was really cool about UFC Countdown is they touch on that. They kind of show a lot of the charity and how they built him and Dana built all of these tiny little homes for people to live in. And they were cool homes. It wasn't just like trailer parks. It was
like an actual tiny little home.
Yeah,
That's
better,
cool.
a lot more than the government did for him. So
Well,
Max is awesome.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I'm happy that someone's helping them. So let's get on to the end here. It's that time. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, man. It is time for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John Daly, to grip it, rip it, and hit it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
Well, this one's in our backyard.
It's a hometown pick.
I would say hometown for you, but it's kind of your hometown. You live here. It's where we live. It's happening now. Tell us about it, Chad.
Yes. Brianna Crittenden breaks the record for the most all-time points scored in Colorado high school basketball, surpassing the 43-year-old record of 2,934 points. And this is counting. Basketball season's still going, so she's going to be shattering that record.
Yes, and I see here now she is the number 8 recruit, and she is just committed to Texas basketball. So
Oh wow, that's
she
cool.
is moving on up. She chose the Longhorns over Tennessee, TCU, Colorado, Oregon, Washington State, Ohio State, and UCLA. So she was going to go to all the
Wow.
top spots.
Texas has got a good squad for women.
Yeah.
They're always like in the top 5.
Yeah, and that's what she said. Texas was everything I was looking for: the culture, the players, the staff, and the environment. Add in the university's strong commitment to women's sports. It just felt right. It's the SEC, and I'm excited to be a Longhorn. She's 6'3". She is the quintessential face-up forward in today's game. She's long and agile with a sharpshooter ability beyond the arc. So
Yeah, she
pretty
comes
cool.
out of Riverdale Ridge High, so that's about like 15 minutes for me.
Oh, that is right over
Yeah,
here, huh?
Riverdale
Yeah. Oh, I know where that school is. Yeah. No, that's cool,
pretty
man.
cool.
So, yeah, in her junior season at Riverdale Ridge, she averaged 26.4 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 2.7 assists on 57% shooting from the field, 33% shooting from 3, and 73% free throw shooting. So, hats off to her, dude, to break a record like that, especially one that's 43 years old.
That's like beating guys like Chauncey Billups and stuff. Well, it's
Yeah.
probably a women's basketball record, but still.
2,934 points.
I wanted to kind of catch this now because I really, when I saw this, I was like, oh, she's definitely going to be going D1. And yeah, going to Texas, it'd be cool to like, we talk about this now and then next year kind of see where she's at and then like circle back to it and see how she's
who
doing.
knows? Maybe we'll get her to reach out and
You never know.
we can follow along on that. But yeah, it's crazy that she's only a junior. So she's got another year.
No way.
That's what I'm trying to see here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, wait. She's a senior now.
Yeah, because if
Okay.
she committed,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well,
though.
you can commit early. There's those
There's
kids
the-
that are
there's
in like
people do it.
the middle school football
Did
players.
you see where
that-
IMG got in trouble, dude?
Oh yeah,
That was hilarious, man.
Cartel money,
Dude, I can't stand like these. They're basically a college. I wish it was
Yeah.
more fair.
Oh well, I mean we watched that. Well, you watched it too. That 30 for 30 on the IMG versus that fake school.
Yeah,
where they
I don't
like
think I
had to
finished it.
stop it
Yeah.
because those kids like were gonna get killed.
Yeah. Like how does this get booked? You guys don't bet anything else, man.
But yeah.
Hats off to Brianna Crittenden. I'm hoping I'm saying that last name right.
Crittenden.
I'm sure
It
it's
can't
gotta
be
be
too
something like
much
that. Yeah.
different
Gotta
than
be
that.
close to
But,
that.
yeah, we'll make sure
killing
to tag her. Hopefully we can follow along and see where she goes in the SEC, what all she's going to do. Maybe we'll be seeing her play for a future Denver WNBA team.
That's true.
As
Very
we
good.
are
That'd
up
be
there
cool.
for... we'll see.
Yep.
But hats off to her. Hats off to you guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We greatly appreciate
It's
you.
good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. Make sure to tell a friend, be a friend, like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social.
Post it to
media.
your story or something.
Yeah, post it to your story, tag us, do whatever you want to do there. We greatly appreciate any and all sort of interaction. So thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it. Tune in next week. We are back. And sports are back, so be ready. Chad, I love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy. See you guys.
Toodles!